You're listening to the Daily Sales Tips Podcast, and I'm your host, Scott Ingram. Over the next 3 days, I wanted to do a little mini-series in honor of Kobe Bryant. For whatever reason, I seem to be taking the loss of this great man harder than the loss of just about any other person I didn't actually know. Maybe it's because we're the same age. But really, I think it's because without this accident, I have to imagine that he hadn't even made it to the halftime of his life. I certainly hope I haven't even gotten to the halftime of my life. But being cut off like that, when you know that he wasn't just sitting back and relaxing after retiring from basketball, he was going to create an even bigger legacy. And legacy was definitely a big deal for Kobe. He talked about it a lot. So I wanted to do what I could do to memorialize just some of the contributions he made to inspire so many of us. Starting with this short speech that he gave after receiving the ESPYs Icon Award, along with Peyton Manning and Abby Wambach.
Thank you. And it's thank you. It's amazing to be standing here alongside Abby and Peyton. And Abby decided to retire after a compelling World Cup victory, and Peyton hung up his cleats after yet another Super Bowl win. And so for me, I tend to do things a little differently. So I felt an impressive 17 for 65 season would be a bold statement to wrap up my 20-year career. In all seriousness, I have a lot of respect for these two. And we grew up in our sports together, and I know the sacrifices that went along with standing here today. And we're not on this stage just because of talent or ability. We're up here because of 4 a.m. We're up here because of 2-a-days or 5-a-days. We're up here because we had a dream and let nothing stand in our way. If anything tried to bring us down, we used it to make us stronger. We were never satisfied, never finished, will never be retired. My high school English teacher, Mr. Fisk, I actually paid attention one time in class, and he said, he had this beautiful quote, and it read, "Rest at the end, not in the middle." And I took that to heart. I believe there's time for resting at the end, but for me, that time is not now. Thank you for this tremendous honor in acknowledging my basketball career, but I'm far from done. My next dream is to be honored one day for inspiring the next generation of athletes to have a dream, sacrifice for it, and never, ever rest in the middle. Thank you to my wonderful family, my wife, our daughter, Natalia and Gianna, and thank you guys. Thank you.
I'll say the same thing now that I wrote in the LinkedIn post the day after his passing, after getting up at 4 a.m. in his honor. Your end came way too soon, Kobe. May you rest in peace. Now stay tuned tomorrow for, I kid you not, Kobe Bryant on Cold Calling. Thanks for listening.